A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a pivotal moment for labor rights and economic reform, California voters are set to decide in November whether to raise the state's minimum wage to $18 an hour by 2026. If approved, this measure would not only position California as the state with the highest minimum wage in the nation, but also align it with Hawaii, where a similar increase is expected to take effect by 2028. This significant proposal, known as Proposition 32, aims to address the financial struggles faced by low-wage workers in one of the most expensive states to live in. Currently, California's minimum wage stands at $16, with plans to increase it to $16.50 next year without this measure. Under Proposition 32, employers with 26 or more employees would see the minimum wage rise to $17 for the remainder of 2024, followed by an increase to $18 in January 2025. Smaller businesses would also be required to comply, starting with $17 an hour in 2025 and reaching $18 in 2026. Proponents of the measure argue that this increase is essential for supporting families and combating poverty. Joe Sandberg, a prominent investor and anti-poverty advocate, asserts that raising the minimum wage could provide an additional $3,000 annually to over 2 million Californians currently earning minimum wage. Sandberg criticizes the existing situation, which he describes as corporate welfare, pointing out that many full-time workers rely on government assistance like food stamps to make ends meet. He questions the ethics of taxpayers subsidizing the income of low-wage workers, suggesting that employers should be held accountable for paying a living wage. However, the proposal has faced significant opposition from business groups, particularly small employers who argue that the rapid increase in wages could threaten their viability. Jennifer Barrera, president of the California Chamber of Commerce, warns that the swift rise in minimum wage could lead to job cuts and increased prices for consumers, as businesses struggle to absorb the additional costs. The debate is further complicated by the fact that nearly 40 cities in California, including San Francisco and Berkeley, already have local minimum wages exceeding the state's current rate. In Los Angeles, workers have been earning a minimum of $17.28 per hour since July, while West Hollywood has set its minimum wage at $19.08. A recent survey indicated that 42% of businesses in West Hollywood had to reduce staff or hours due to the wage ordinance, highlighting the potential challenges posed by such legislative changes. The issue of wage increases is not limited to California's minimum wage. Fast food workers saw their pay rise to $20 an hour in April under a new law signed by Governor Gavin Newsom, while healthcare workers are on track to earn $25 an hour by July 2026. Despite these increases, a University of California, Berkeley study found that fast food prices rose by only 3.7%, while employment levels remain stable, suggesting that wage hikes may not necessarily lead to job losses. University of Pennsylvania professor Ioana Marinescu, who specializes in labor market studies, notes that research indicates minimal overall impact on employment rates from increasing minimum wages. There's some positive, some negative, but on average the effect on employment is close to zero, she stated, emphasizing the need for careful consideration of the broader economic implications. Critics of the minimum wage increase often argue that these jobs are primarily held by younger workers or students, serving as stepping stones to higher-paying positions. However, a report from the California Legislative Analyst's Office reveals a different reality. Nearly half of low-wage workers are over 35, with over a quarter exceeding 50 years of age. The largest low-wage occupation in the state is home health and personal care aides, with a significant portion of these workers being Latino. The ongoing inflation crisis has added another layer of complexity for small businesses. Juliette Cunin, owner of a gift store in Sacramento, expressed her concerns about the feasibility of the proposed wage hikes. "I don't want to see anybody not being able to support themselves and working full-time," she said, acknowledging the potential strain on her business. As the November vote approaches, workers are actively voicing their support for the wage increase. Recently, employees picketed outside the Sheraton Grand Sacramento Hotel, demanding fair pay and better benefits. Christian Medina, a banquet captain at the hotel earning $16 an hour plus tips, expressed his hopes for the proposition, stating, "It's hard getting paid $16 an hour. I want to be able to save money for my daughter so she can go to school, go to a good college. Yet, some workers feel that even an $18 minimum wage may not suffice to cover living expenses in California's costly cities. Carmen Riestra, a uniform attendant at the Sheraton Grand, highlighted the disparity between her current wage of $19 an hour and the high cost of living, stating, "That's not fair." As California gears up for this critical vote, the outcome of Proposition 32 will undoubtedly have far-reaching implications for workers, businesses, and the state's economy as a whole. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.